Hello and welcome to Fearless DIY Music. My name is Tristan Lass, and today I want to talk about tone controls on your electric guitar or any instrument that has a tone control on it that is electric and has a pickup in it. Anyway, we're going to focus on guitars today. I'm going to start with a Les Paul style guitar, and the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I am always very dissatisfied with just a standard tone control on an electric guitar. I think that it just basically puts a blanket on things, and I want to show a couple creative ways to do both a Les Paul style guitar and a Stratocaster style guitar so that you can have actual usable tone settings on your guitar that make a real difference, that you can actually hear and are actually pleasing to the ear. So anyway, let's start with the Les Paul here. On my rhythm pickup, I have no tone control whatsoever. The tone control here, this potentiometer, is actually a global bass cut. So it is just a bass cut potentiometer that is the last thing in the signal chain before the output jack. And what that does is it cuts bass frequencies so that your guitar can have a little bit more cut in the mix and actually get through on stage or in the studio. So, and then down on the bridge pickup controls, we have standard volume, but the tone control is wired as a 1950 style tone control. All right, let's take a listen to these really quickly and see what happens when you use these kind of wiring diagrams. All right, this is the rhythm pickup. And that was just wide open. Now let's add a little bass cut. Full bass cut. And when I roll that back up, you can really hear the difference. Do a little single note stuff. Bass cut. And so if you need to really cut through a mix, then you can roll a little bit of that bass off, and it almost makes this pickup into a really versatile, a really versatile weapon in your arsenal, because it almost becomes a bridge and a neck pickup at the same time. All right, let's go down to our bridge pickup. Listen to it wide open, no bass cut. And I won't be doing any bass cut on the bridge pickup. We'll just explore this 1950 style tone control a little bit. All right, so with the 50 style tone control, you get a little bit more interactivity, interaction between the volume and the tone controls. So let's go ahead and roll that about halfway. Take a listen. Then all the way off. And then bring it all the way back up. And I find that with that style of tone control, almost everything is usable, especially when you go to a little bit of distortion. I should say that I'm using my Acoustic Control Core 117 combo amp. It is a solid state amp, and I'm using a BBE 427 distortion pedal. It is basically a rack clone. All right, let's listen to that bridge pickup with some distortion and go ahead and explore the range of it. That's with no treble cut out. Now let's cut it to halfway. And all the way off. And I turned it back on at the end there. So when you're using a dirt box especially, there is no bad setting on this tone control, which I cannot say the same for a standard wired one. Since we have some dirt on, let's go ahead and go back to our rhythm pickup. Let's listen to that same little bit with no bass cut. Now let's engage the bass cut. So that was with the bass cut on. Now let's bring it back. Let's go ahead and bring all that bass back in. Bass cut. And you can hear how you can go ahead and engage that, and it gives you a little bit more cut so that you can get through a mix on stage, or, you know, have it cut through a little bit more in the studio. A lot of people call the bass cut function on that style of potentiometer wiring, they call it a focus knob, and you can see why. All right, let's go ahead and go to the Stratocaster now. On this guitar, I have a G&L style PTB circuit, which just means passive treble and bass. So on this wiring, this is the volume, this is a treble cut, and this is a bass cut. I've gone through this a little bit before in the past, but we're just going to do a quick demonstration because I really love the fact that I've got this humbucker in the middle position, and it'll show you the value of having this circuit. My bridge and my neck and my bridge pickups are single coils, and they're very bright. So the treble roll-off really comes in handy with those. So that's the treble roll-off. You probably don't want to do a bass cut on these, but we'll take a quick listen. It's going to be super ice picky. But if you wanted to do like a lo-fi sound or something like that, it works well for that. We'll just go to the bridge real quick. A little bit of treble roll-off. A little bit of bass roll-off. And you're almost getting into that cocked wah territory there, and I've talked about that before in another video. I'll try to remember which one it was, and I will link it down below. Alright, but the real magic here is in the humbucker position. We're in the middle position on a humbucker, on a Stratocaster. Everything's wide open right now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut some of that bass. And right there you can tell, you can turn this middle position humbucker, or if it were a humbucker anywhere in this Strat wiring configuration or pickup configuration, if you have the PTB circuit, you can turn that humbucker into, once again, a dual threat weapon in your arsenal on your guitar. Basically, you can turn it from a neck pickup to a bridge pickup. Let's get some dirt going on that humbucker, and I'll do the same thing I did on the Les Paul. Let's go ahead and bring all the bass in. All right, let's do some cut. Let's cut it all the way. That was with the bass all the way cut. Let's bring it all back in. And you get all that rich neck pickup warmth that you want. And then when you cut it, you get a really convincing facsimile of a bridge pickup. So anyway, I just wanted to show that there are options, and they're inexpensive options at that. Let me go ahead and turn these off so that buzzing in the background. All you have to do is follow the simple wiring schematics that I put up. You probably don't even have to replace any of your existing parts. Maybe for the PTB circuit, you will need the bass cut capacitor. That's not a standard thing that you would have laying around perhaps, but you just go ahead, find one of those, throw it in, and away you go. Options. I feel like these tone control options actually make the full potential of your guitar unlocked. I feel that just going with the standard treble cut controls that come on most instruments, it does a disservice to the instrument, it does a disservice to the pickups, it's unimaginative, and it's not that useful. So anyway, I hope that some of these tips are helpful. I will have a couple of other videos linked in the description below that I have already published long ago that may be of help if you're interested in exploring these things. All right. Well, if you've watched the video to this point, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Shares are greatly appreciated, and comments. What do you think? What do you think about these types of tone controls? Is it something you're interested in exploring, or have you already explored them? And let's have a conversation. All right, you take care, and we'll see you next time with another video.